Hello and welcome to a Pondhub with Tim special. This week I've left the old vicarage and I've come to the 2026 Royal Horticultural Society Flower Show at Sandringham. I'm here to see one garden in particular. And this is the garden that I've come all this way to see. It is the Pollywiggle Garden, designed by Carey Garden Design, Joe and Laura Carey. It is a garden designed entirely around amphibians. It is a frog-friendly paradise. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. That's so lovely. And I have been so fortunate to meet Joe Carey from Carey Garden Design, who has produced this magnificent amphibian paradise. Now I have to say, Joe, up and coming garden designer, 4 gold medals, RHS, Best Small Garden, RHS Chelsea, 25 and 23.
Very good, yeah. And 23.
Oh, and 23,
yeah.
Okay. Firstly, thank you for doing this garden. Thank you for showing that you can take the idea of amphibians and conservation, put it at the heart of the garden and make a beautiful garden. So,
thank you. Yeah, I think that was our brief, was to do a wildlife friendly garden that doesn't feel unkempt, doesn't feel untidy, has features in it that humans appreciate and think those are nice sculptural elements, but actually they're secretly there for the frogs and the amphibians, and so we're trying to push that boundary a little bit, but I think there's this misconception that wildlife-friendly gardens have to look untidy and not designed. So we're trying to address that.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful job. All right, tough question. What led you to the idea of doing something best around for?
So we were asked by the RHS to do a garden based on polywiggles, which is an old Norfolk term meaning tadpole. In this area around the Sandringham estate, there's a secret location where pool frogs have been successfully reintroduced. So it was a little nod to that, and that's due to kind of these pingo pools, these glacial depressions in the landscape here that used to be really good for pool frogs. Yeah, they spawned late, so they were very susceptible to climate change, so they became extinct in 1990, and I think basically we are showing that restoration work is a real success story. Thank you. Yeah, so we've got a few nods to that here. We've got glacial boulders, slightly dipped to pond, and that was the starting point. But I think because of the nature of the show, we wanted to make sure the general public had access to ideas for home, whether their garden is big or small. How can they bring water in and keep it there?
Beautiful. Right, okay, final thing from me. Number 1, top frog-friendly tip for your garden. What would you go for?
I would say, the frog tap, which is on the side of the building, is a direct inspiration from our own house. Yeah, we bought the house and we saw the outside tap was a brass frog. Yeah. And before we'd lived there very long, we thought that's a strange choice. Yeah. Dripping into a butler sink on a pile of old bricks with the 3 holes in. And we thought that's a bit strange. And after living there a week or two, we realised, even in the height of summer, that was rammed full of amphibians under the tap, under the sink. And we just thought, most people drain their outside tap into a drain. Ours was, we just inherited this. It bypassed it to a little rock pool and then into a drain. And the frogs were finding that as their salvation in hot weather. So we could pick up a brick or a roof tile on any day and you would see literally tens of frogs, sheltering. So I think that's my favourite little detail in this garden, because it links to something we inherited and have since kept And it's just such a simple thing. Stack up, put a butter sink on some bricks, lift it up a bit, that holds water, and it gives, and everyone's got an outside tap, so you can all do that.
Great, well done, thank you. Look, Joe, thanks for your time. I hope you have a great show. It's a beautiful garden, and to your other awards, I'm now adding the total uncoveted and unheard of, because I just made it up, Pondhub with 2 Best Garden Ever prize. So,
Thank you. Hello. Thank you.
So there we are, the Pollywiggle Garden. It's here for the next 4 days, absolutely well worth a visit, and then it will be moving to the Pensthorpe Nature Reserve, where it's going to become a pond dipping and wildlife education centre. Fantastic.